Here we are at the Farm Lounge. We are joined by the Highway 67 band, and they have put on an awesome show so far. And so now we're sitting down and doing the podcast portion. And this is where the unfiltered stuff comes in. This is where we get to learn about the band and figure out what the passion behind the music and all the other cute little things. Like we just found out you sing parodies for a side gig ish.
I have a
So,
couple. I have a couple. I might sing one later
yeah,
tonight.
so see, that's the kind of things that we do. So,
It's pretty profanic, so we might not need to do that.
This is unfiltered, sir.
yeah, but his mama's
Well,
here.
hell yeah.
So anyway, I'll just
His
Her-
mom won't watch the recording.
probably not.
Your mom.
So anyway, I'll pass it down. Y'all just tell everybody who you is, where you come from, how you come to sit on this here chair in part of the Highway 67 band, and then we'll just kind of take it from there.
All right, my name is Ezra. I play bass in the band. I was in a band with Jesse and Aaron previously. And then now started playing bass with Aaron in a different band. And I live in Athens. I come from Athens. Everyone else is from way far from me. But, I like to play music, and they needed a bass player, so that's kind of how it worked out. So here I am.
So they were desperate. Okay, we get it.
No, that's when they called me. That's where the desperation came in. Yeah, so my name's Jesse Widener. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, middle of nowhere. Ezra was talking about me and Chandler, or me and Aaron and him being in a band. We were called One Broke Chair, and I would like to talk about that a little bit later. I think you'll like to hear that story.
Go for it.
Well, we'll save that for the meat of this. We'll introduce everybody else, but I'm the lead singer and the rhythm guitarist. I've been doing the solo singer-songwriter thing for about 5-6 years, and I wanted something more. And so now we're doing the band thing, and I like what we have so far. I mean, we got a lot to learn. We got a long ways to go, but there's some talented people in here. Then there's me. So
I'm just gonna let that hang for a minute. so,
So anyway,
so how long? Remind me again. How long have y'all been together as 67?
well, really, 6 months.
Okay.
But if we, I guess we really want to get technical. I mean, we're EST 2025, really. So
Sup, Rook?
we'll just say January 1st of this year.
Okay.
Make it simple.
I like simple.
Sup, Rook?
What's up, bro? So anyway,
I think anybody need a shot?
Yes.
Oh no. I'm McKenna Denny. I'm from Eva, Alabama. I've been singing all my life. I grew up singing in church, and then Aaron and I actually played together in high school in the FFA string band. And then what was it last year? We kind of got together and had like our own little thing, and they were like, we kind of went live on TikTok and kind of like, hey, why don't we actually do something with this? And then he mentioned having Ezra, and then we were still playing, but I felt like something was just kind of still missing, just having a female singer. And then we found this one.
Look at you go.
You got so lucky.
you dang right I did.
Hey, he's super talented. I'm going to cut some jokes about him, but he's super cool. Great voice, great guitar player. We enjoy him. What about you guys? Y'all enjoy him? Jesse's cool. He's good.
Born goofy, stay goofy.
I was expecting the mic to come from the other direction. Anyways, I'm Aaron Chandler. I'm the lead guitar player. I live over in Bayleton. And like McKenna mentioned, me and her played together in high school in the FFA string band. After high school, I played about 5 years around Coleman in North Alabama with Jesse Priest. And then me and McKenna kind of got together again and started a little duo. And then, we brought Ezra in with us and added a bass player in, and we felt like something was still missing. So one night we was driving down the road, and we saw this poor soul sitting on the side of the road, so we picked him up and said, hey, you want to play guitar for us? He was thumbing. He was like, he said, I'll go anywhere you want me, he said, I'll go anywhere you're going. So we brought him to the band. But, yeah, I mean, all together we've been playing, like Jesse said, since about the first of the year. And Good group of people.
Yeah, I mean we're really just getting started out. I mean our first gig and really only gig that we've had aside from this has been at the Rattlesnake Saloon, which was honestly a huge honor for us to have our first gig at a place like this because I've been trying to get in there for years, and it's hard to as a solo artist. And now I have the leverage of the band and plus the band members because they're great.
Absolutely.
And we had a great time. I mean, it was like I said, we got some things we got to learn, we got to figure out, but it was a great time. I mean, I've always wanted to play there. I think a lot of them too wanted to, and it was a great experience.
I've never been there.
You've never been there?
I've never been there.
It is 100%
I
worth
own a
it.
Harley, and I've never been there.
Well, you want to know something? If you have a Harley, you need to take that ride. You'll love it.
We're gonna get there.
It's going to be a canyon ride.
Get the leathers on, DD. We're going to the
Rattlesnake Saloon.
The ones you ride on the scooter.
I'll bring my Vespa.
Your mom.
So-
Everyone's mom.
I moved from Jesse's mom to your mom.
Sorry, Mom.
So who's your mom? Where's she at?
She's in the blue shirt.
Blue shirt. Hey, Mom. How you doing?
Blue shirt mom. Jesse's mom.
Jesse's mom.
Stop it.
Got it going on.
Did you know that Jesse's mom is actually Stacy? Or no, shit. I got that backwards. Jesse's girl is Stacy's mom.
Jesse's girl is Stacy's mom,
She's got it going on.
and she's got it going on.
We may need the sound guy to tweak
Did
his
y'all know
voice.
I said-
I don't think his voice.
I was
is
fixing to say,
just right.
put some more EQ on me.
What do we gotta do? Sound
need
guy,
some
make me
reverb.
sound good.
I need some reverb.
Hey, make me sound good.
You may need to hook up to his iPad and get some of that majestic fairy dust sprinkled on you, or whatever.
I need
Yeah.
a life alert, but instead of life alert, it just gives me reverb.
So going forward, what are you guys looking forward to now that you do have the leverage as a band? Have you got some eyeballs on some things, some
Well,
plans of what you want to get done this year?
Yeah, so I mean, we've actually booked a couple more shows that we have coming up. So when me, Ezra, and Aaron were part of One Broke Chair, we played our one and only show. It was a good show. It's just I'm the one that broke the band up, and since this is unfiltered, I will be a little vulnerable for a minute. I had a rough bout with my mental health, and I did not want to be on this earth anymore, and I had to take time to take care of me and my family and my 2-year-old son.
And that's important.
And it's not just important, it is the most important thing in my life. Yep. And I love these guys. I love all of them. But I said, I can't do this. And I had to take off from music for a while. And I started getting things figured out, and things have gotten better. My wife has been literally the best through all of this. I don't deserve my wife, but I have her, and I thank God for her every day. We butt heads like billy goats that are drunk on Pabst Blue Ribbon, but I tell you what, I love her to death. And it was hilarious because something had clicked in me like the 2 days before they reached out to me to bring me into the band, into the Highway 67 band. And when they were like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? I was like, yes, absolutely. And this is the best decision I made. I love these guys, and I think once we get things really figured out, I mean, we're still green with this. I mean, there's a lot of experience here collectively,
Mm-hmm.
but when you throw it all into one pot, it's a lot of different experiences.
Right. But touching on your vulnerability there for a second, though, you do get to a point that you realize that was the most important thing, and you took a step back, and you kind of have to do that. You got to figure out some stuff, because at some point you get to a point where you've got to go one way or another,
And it's
so
either back up or go off the cliff.
right. And so it's good that you were able to get to that point and do that. And it's also, once you kind of start making time for your mental health and making time to pay attention to things, you see the things like that happen when they happen for a reason. And I know growing up, my mom always said, "And everything happens for a reason." And at some point, it was like, "Shut up," you know. But but
Your mom.
Your mom said.
but as you get older and you get rid of some of that noise and you start looking and you pay attention, things do come into place when they're supposed to, and so we just along for the ride and enjoy it while we're there. So,
There's a plan, and we're God's big puzzle board.
yes, and there's some pieces missing, I'm sure, with mine.
Mine
come from the Dollar
mine
General.
probably have beer spilled on them, and some of them probably dropped in the toilet when I was drunk. But whatever.
But we'll glue them back together. So
Yes, sir.
So I'm glad that all worked out for you especially, but as you come to the band. So
Yes, sir.
anybody else want to be vulnerable? No, not really. Y'all gonna have to liven up. This is about y'all. Yeah,
I was fixing. I can't be the life of the party for all four of us.
yeah.
Dr. Phil show.
I just talk about our last band that I was in with Aaron, and Jesse. That show was we totally killed that show, by the way. It was great. The one. Yeah. But
The one broke chair.
That band didn't really work out, but I don't really see it as like a failure, because I mean, it's good to embrace failure, but overall we just pivoted to a new plan. And so now we have this plan. Like when Aaron reached out to me, I thought he just needed a bass player for like one show, and I was like, okay. And I just been hanging around ever since.
Hey, and it built our friendships, buddy.
Yeah, and I mean,
Sitting in my garage drinking Miller Lights.
So I mean, I'm pretty happy with how everything's going with all this, and like, I mean, I drive an hour to practice with these guys like every week, and it's I don't mind. Right. And
Don't do that again. Don't stop. Don't do that.
and we've been getting better and better every show we played. Like, like Jesse said, we've only had the one show like with this lineup. Me and Aaron and McKenna only played like two other things, right? And an open mic, and just now it just feels more like a real band, I guess, now that Jesse's here, and it opens us up, like, because I've never been in I've been in lots of band over my years. I'm older than all these people. I'm the oldest one, the old man in the band, but I've never been in a band with a female vocalist, and she's really actually helped me a lot with I'm not really a country music fan. I like some country songs, but I'm not a country music fan. And I was telling her, when we first started playing, whenever I would hear if I was listening to country music and I heard a song come on with a girl singing it, I'm skipping it immediately. But
Blunt, you could roll him up and smoke him.
But now it's like, man, actually some of those songs like they're pretty good. She's really like broadened my horizons with music.
We got to get this. I will say that when you find that one, like there's been a couple of country artists that I've liked over the years that opens your eyeballs to, because I used to be the same way. And like I ran a store one time that was it sold tractor stuff and had tractor things and it had supplies and whatnot. And anyway,
Wonder where that was.
Weird.
yeah, but anyway. And that was all that was playing all day long was country. And it's like,
Girl country singers? Just
all-
all day long? Girl country singers?
no, any of it, all of it.
Oh,
and
okay.
I hated it.
Okay.
But it slowly starts to grow on you. Now I kind of like it. Some of it, not all of it. There's still some I don't.
Well, I'll go with you there. So, female country singers, sometimes I haven't been too fond of, but they gotta sing songs that relate to everybody and not just try to be on the female side of things. Because some of them are bad to just lean way female on the side of songs. And I'm like, everybody can't relate to that. But when you sing songs,
And there's a
that are
time and
upbeat,
place
fun,
for that.
Yeah, right.
But when it's song after song after song,
Right.
it's like, okay, you're not going to grow your audience because what's there to
when you
latch
got somebody
onto.
that can sing Simple Man like this one just did a while ago,
Yeah, I bet y'all.
mean-
Did y'all think that I was gonna start singing that?
Well, we didn't know, but I mean,
Be glad she did.
I knew because I saw it in practice. But I mean, it was supposed to tell people that. It was a nice surprise. It was a nice surprise when she sang it, wasn't it? Did y'all enjoy her singing Simple Man? Yeah, I did. Very good, very good, very good, very good. But she has a very nice voice. Hearing women like her sing country songs, rock songs, whatever kind of songs they're singing, it's enjoyable to listen to, but you've got to be able to relate to it. And, making things relatable, that's a big, big part of music. And you guys being in the line of work you're in, trying to sing to a various audience, y'all got to navigate through that kind of stuff, being able to sing songs that relate to everyone in the audience.
Yes.
So what kind of challenge is that for you, or how do y'all relate to that? How do you do that?
I mean, I think the biggest thing that we did was, well, before I get to that, one of the things that helped us is between the four of us, every genre of music you can think of is basically listened to. And I mean, I think that as we continue to, keep the band going and everything, and as we grow and learn more, I mean, I think you're going to see even more genres pop out of our set list. I mean, we didn't want to just come here and sing Tear in My Beard, Dog Ran Away love songs. There's a time and a place for that. I love to listen to those, but after about two of them, I'm like, make me smile. Yeah, and, we got some Linda Ronstadt. We got some Alanis Morissette. Atlantic City, it's by the band, and they're not really they're more of like a southern rock. We got some Skinner, but we've also got some country artists. And myself, what I'd like to integrate in, and Ezra would probably like this, I'm a grunge head. So rock from the 90s and everything. Rock on, brother.
I think together y'all can keep on hammering it out, and you're always gonna learn something. Look at what we learned today already.
They're missing one little thing,
What we missing?
and we'll say this to the world, the web world, the World Wide Web, everybody out there listening.
Eat that mic.
I think they need a drummer.
They do need a drummer.
We do.
Yeah.
Do y'all want a drummer?
We do.
So okay, so I have learned in the last since we've been doing this, when you say it out loud, and people,
Speak it into existence.
yeah, and and it's not just because you got them juju whatever bees, that's not the word, that's the candy. What's the little?
My name is Jesse Widener, and we need a drummer.
And I need a drummer. Yeah. See,
They need a drummer.
And now when this gets put out, somebody's gonna see it and they'll be going like, "Well, damn, I'm a drummer."
Highway 67 band needs a drummer.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to
Now,
tell you the
the
struggle.
bass was in his element on that song. That was awesome. I'm sitting here next to this monitor, and it's like right here, and I'm like, doo, 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 doo.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad. I feel like it took me halfway through the song
Yeah.
to remember it, but
She's a bass fan.
I love the bass. But so I was like trying to get a drummer, and I've had trouble because I've talked to two drummers, actually three drummers. Every drummer I talk to is trying to pull me into their thing.
Ah,
Is
Yeah.
the problem I keep running into.
yeah.
The all the drummers that I meet a drummer and I'm like, you want to play drums? He's like, not really, but you want to come do this other thing I got? And this one band, and he needed a bass player, and he's like, I'm booked. This was last year, and he's like, I'm booked for the whole rest of the year every weekend, and like I didn't really like the music. It was like the music I didn't really like because it was like Mustang Sally and shit like that. Like, it's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not really my kind of thing. I mean, it's all right, but it was just like a lot of like Bryan Adams and Mustang Sally and stuff, and I was like, I just kind of,
Lame.
yeah, it just wasn't my thing. I mean, in some of the songs, I'm like, dude, it's from like the '60s. I'm like, never even heard of what is this. So, but that's a problem I've been having. The drummers are always like, I need a bass player. I'm like, I need a drummer. I'm like doing this thing. This is like the main thing. This is the one that I'm actually getting shows with. So I'm like, this is the focus, right? But that's just a problem that I've noticed.
And I have noticed too, drummers are sketchy. He ain't even listening.
Drummers are very.
Well,
sketchy.
let's dissect this though. I mean, think about it. Somebody that can beat on something for four
They've got
For
some
fo-
aggression.
for 4 hours, they have that's some aggressive behavior.
And it tends to, if you gonna, yeah,
We know.
yeah,
Psychopathic tendencies.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, so what else? What else we need to go?
Well,
Where,
I
where
wanted
we
to,
need to learn? You was gonna tell us about the one broke chair.
give Aaron the mic. You need to be part of this. So, I talked to Aaron when we were first going to start One Broke Chair, and I was just like, I want to start a band, and I'd posted something on Facebook, and I knew Aaron through Jesse Priest because Priest is a real good friend of mine, and he was like, well, I'll come over and we'll practice a little bit, and we might can, do a duo thing, see how it works, then we can add some people. Well, we practiced for a while, and it was a pretty good little practice session. And then we went to a little bar down the road from my house called Perfect Timing. And it's like, we'll just have a beer. That turned into 2 pitchers apiece. Anyway, we're outside in their outside area smoking a cigarette, and old transmission man over here gets this smart idea. Hey, I'm going to sit down in this plastic lounge chair, one of those ones where the feet kind of are extended out and it's laid back.
Oh yeah, one of them like Adirondack
And when
looking.
One
Yes.
of the kind that it looks like it's very well built, top quality.
Go on.
So I decided to sit down.
I'm going to sit in that sumbitch.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna sit down. Well, I maybe got one butt cheek on it, and I went to the ground with that thing.
It looked like an Iraq IED went off.
My phone's laying over here. My wallet's behind me. My keys are nowhere to be found.
Plastic and
I
shit's
got
everywhere.
people looking at me like, "Man, are you okay?" I'm just like, "Just leave me alone. Just don't."
He's
even
like,
look
I'm
at me."
gonna take a nap right here on the broke chair. And we were out in the parking lot, and we just looked at each other and be like, "That's it."
We've been
That's the
talking
name.
the whole afternoon about what we would name our band,
And we couldn't come up
and
with
we
anything.
couldn't come up with anything. And it kind of just fell in our laps. Or well, I guess I kind
Well,
of
you fell in its lap.
yeah. Well,
Well, so now as you guys are together as a band, you need to work on an original, and it be One Broke Chair. Since you didn't keep the name, you gotta make it live on somehow.
Well, so speaking of originals, so as myself, I'm going to plug myself real quick. As Jesse Widener Music on Spotify, I do have a couple of songs that I have out there
Okay.
that are originals to mine.
How you find them?
You can go to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, look up Jesse Widener Music, all one word, all lowercase. My 2 songs are The Woman and Our Love. The first song, The Woman's kind of about a chick that stalked me when I was back in college and everything. And a friend of mine said, hey, I want to go out with her. And I said, you don't want to do that, buddy. And he did it anyway, and then it turned out about the same for him. And the other one, it was a song that I wrote for my wife, and it was actually funny. I wrote the song for my wife, and then the song meant so much more to me after my son was born.
Right.
And I was like, I got to release this. And so I did. Shout out to David Vest in Priceville. He has a recording studio, and he is a fantastic guy. He made these songs sound fantastic. I'm very thankful for him. And honestly, if anything, with once we get to doing some originals, that's definitely who we're going to be seeing.
Awesome.
He's the guy to use. So for any of our musician friends out there, look into David Vest. He's a great guy, and he would love to work with you and appreciate the business.
Anything, your originals, if you put them out there on social media, tag barmusiclive.com, tag Fancies Unfiltered, we will be certain it gets some more plays. We will put it
Roger
out
that,
there.
because
I get no plays. I only put one song out of my like solo stuff, and it's like probably I don't know. I haven't got no checks yet.
He wants you to eat that mic. Get now. So you've got one. What? Sorry, I was looking at instructionals of eating a mic, and if you don't hear the words "eat the mic" and you're just looking at the graphic nature of the hand motions,
myself in the monitor.
Right. No, yeah, I just put out one song like in December from under mine. It's like I got to think of what my name is even. E-Rob, I think. E.Rob, maybe. It's like "Good to Drive" is a song I wrote for. It's about like getting drunk and going to jail.
that sounds yeah.
But like I was really most of the songs that I've written over my life have just been like really like sad and whiny. So I was trying to make something that wasn't sad and whiny. It was like the focus. And that's
So you went from sad and whiny to drunk in jail,
yeah.
which usually leads to sad and whiny.
Yeah.
So
I got
It was a
quart-
it was a
I got
prelude.
quart of that 120 clear back there. I'm pretty sure if you drank that, you'd go to jail tonight.
It's a prequel.
yeah,
Yeah, prequel, yeah. But no, I like played music a long time before I got with these guys, right? So I've been playing music in general since like 1997, I think. But and then like I started playing bass originally. He needs to eat the mic. In 2003, I started playing bass. Well, first I played baritone, and then I started playing bass before I started playing guitar. And then I'm back to bass now, anyways. But I forgot what I was even gonna say now.
we was talking about your musical progression into.
Yeah. Okay. So so when I went to college,
Look at me, y'all keeping up with something.
So the
Y'all don't
reason-
know that. That's very hard for me.
Like the reason that I switched from playing bass over to playing guitar was because when I went to college at South Georgia Technical College, which is in the middle of nowhere. It's in Americus, Georgia, and no one knows where that's at.
It's down South Georgia.
Southwest Georgia.
I used to deer hunt in Forsyth County.
Oh, well, okay. Well, so you know where it's at, but and I was down there and I was having my bass and like I lived in the dorms and I like couldn't have an amp and I was like, well, I'll just get a guitar next time. And it's not fun to play bass by yourself.
No,
So then
there's a whole lot of them.
started playing guitar and I didn't start playing bass until I think maybe it was fate because right before Jesse had actually I know someone Jesse works with and that's how I ended up with Jesse. But right before like I had that conversation. I had just bought another bass guitar for like the first time in years because I had just been playing guitar. But then it just kind of worked out. I was like, because he needed, at that time, I think you weren't with Aaron yet, but you needed a lead guitar player and a bass player still. And I was like, well, I can maybe.
Y'all both kind of came concurrently.
Right. I was like, I can maybe do either one, but I mean, I'm fine with either one. I just bought this bass. I hadn't played it in a long time, but it came right back to me.
Yep.
So.
So anybody else musically savant? Like, what else you play?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. Some people are. Yeah. Some.
Whoa,
Yeah.
hold on.
You don't.
Time out,
don't-
brother.
Yeah. So I didn't just. Yeah. I didn't know if you just stuck to the guitar or
I
if you
mean-
kind of dabbled in everything.
Guitar is definitely my gravitation. You know, that's what I gravitate to. I have piddled on many instruments throughout my life. I've piddled on mandolins, banjos,
Shoes.
shoes, spoons. You know, I've not played this. You are a jackass. You know that.
Did piddle on a skin.
I'm gonna
flute
tell
one
you
time.
something.
Bass
I'm
player
gonna tell you
plays the
something.
fiddle.
It is really hard to hit
Bass player
D4
plays the
on a skin flute. All right, I'm just
plays the
telling
fiddle.
you.
Or he
But-
plays fiddle.
Yeah. Now, see, when the mic gets back to
McKenna plays
you,
the fiddle.
I was gonna ask you. I saw some kind of a boa constrictor looking thing coming out of a.
If you're gonna play in Bama, you gotta have fiddle in the band.
Hell yeah.
I was just gonna plug one last thing, and then I'm gonna let them talk for the rest of the time, so I don't know when to shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up, Jesse.
Okay, your mom.
Your mom.
So, as much of a white trash hick as I can seem like, and I am. I tend to live that life, and I don't care. That is a title that does not hurt my feelings, but it just verifies that I would rather be white trash American than some of the crap that's in America right now.
That's
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm proud to be that. But with that being said,
Proud to be in America.
I went to the University of Alabama in Huntsville. I have a degree in electrical
Roll Tide.
engineering, and I am a software engineer.
Look at you go.
And I don't know what the hell I'm doing most days. Anyways, I just wanted to plug that because that probably blew somebody's mind. They're like, "You mean that damn hick?" No, there ain't no way.
He's a lot smarter than he sounds.
It's a good thing.
I didn't know you went to UAH. Me too.
Me and your mom already talked
Yeah.
about
So
that.
now, tell us about your musical progression. How did you get to where you're at? I know you said you was playing in the band, and then so is that where you learned the strings?
Well, growing up, I sang in church a lot. Gotta eat the mic.
Yeah, eat the
I'm
mic.
sorry. I sang in church a lot, and then actually in FFA string band, I was the lead singer. But I think it was one year that they changed the rules or something, and I had to play. Everybody had to play an instrument, or you were disqualified. So I learned to play the fiddle in a week. And if you can go back and
Look at you go.
you can go look at those videos on YouTube, and I literally play like 4 notes, but just those 4 notes let us get through, and it was pretty bad. But I took lessons from Tina Miller. She is in Arab. She's one of the best fiddle players that there is. I believe they've won one of the Grace Awards. That's on the bluegrass. What are you doing with that? But she taught me, and I can play a little bit. What are you doing? No, I can't play that. I have no rhythm for that. We've learned that.
You just whack it, make noise.
With the silver dream.
Well, there you go. So as soon as you get a drummer, Dee Dee's gonna accompany with the tambourine.
We've got one of the beatbox things. What do
There
you
you
call
go.
that box? The box.
Cajon.
Cajon. Yeah, we got one of those over there.
Ezra played one
Yeah.
of those for a little bit. So we could do some Joan Jett.
We'll get that thing over here and let one of y'all play it if you want to.
Yeah. So after you,
I'm the world's crappiest drummer, but I am a drummer technically. That was actually the first instrument I ever learned how to play technically.
Yeehaw.
so after you learned your 4 notes to get past through, how soon was it then when you said, you know what, I guess I want to do this?
It's
I mean,
a
did
lot.
you stick with it
I
like
tried
right
to play
then, or did it come
guitar,
back?
and I'm just not very coordinated with my fingers just cannot reach that far. But it was really easy for me to play the fiddle for whatever reason. I know a lot of people say that it's harder to play, and it was easier for me to play the fiddle.
I think you learned, and I say this like I know I don't know shit, but you learned to feel it, I guess, more so than paying attention to the frets and learn. And you would think that you could learn to feel it with the frets too, but it don't work. But I did play like what's them big ass stand up bass. Yeah, I can. So that's the same thing that I played the other day with Dusty. I can rack that out on a few different, and I did that on one of them big dunk things. Yeah, whatever you call it, big bass. No, it wasn't a cello. It was one of them big ass tall
Stand-up
bass.
bass.
Yeah, stand up dunk bass thing. I don't know what it was.
They're very similar.
Yeah, this one was big and it had strings. I don't know.
It's big and it has strings.
Yep. So,
Okay.
what about you over there in the corner? You got anything else you want to add to this before we dismiss y'all and redo some cameras?
Kind of what they were saying. I started playing guitar when I was about 8 years old. Kind of started getting real serious about it around my 9th grade year. Got in the string band, and I think we started that my 11th grade year. In the summer between my 11th and 12th grade year, the ag teacher came to me and he was like, "Hey, we need somebody to play lead guitar." And he was like, "If you can learn how to play lead over the summer, you can have it." And so that whole summer I just spent doing nothing but learning lead and licks and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of how I got into lead guitar. Guitar, is my primary instrument, but I also play bass, banjo, fiddle, mandolin, piano, drums, and I think that's it.
So guitar's your main, but you'd play a shitload of other stuff.
Yeah.
You
Aaron sings
I can
too.
probably play at least maybe a song
Aaron
or
sings
two
a little
each.
bit.
Yeah, I
Don't let him
count
lie
that.
to you.
you don't count that?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I try not to sing unless it's at karaoke, and I've
Get him plastered and they'll do it. And it's actually not. He says it's bad. It's actually not.
See,
It's not.
so you just need enough people in one spot at one time to tell you, sing. It don't sound bad, and then maybe you'll go. Let me see.
I don't know. Depends.
Yeah.
I've been to too many karaoke nights. You sound fine.
There's a reason I stick to lead guitar. They don't expect you to sing when you do that.
There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming. Again, I hope and wish the best for you in your endeavors as a band. I'm glad that you came to the Farm Lounge.
Thanks
Well,
for
thank
having
you. We've
us.
enjoyed our time here.
Yeah, I think everybody must be outside on a smoke break, but it is, and so that's our hope and goal is that it continues to grow. You guys are being able to use the platform barmusiclive.com to help get you some gigs and show people where you're at so they can find you. And now we have this to where it helps highlight you so that maybe people will want to find you even more, and then they can go to barmusiclive.com and do that. So we appreciate again you guys being here. What else you want to say?
Well, we appreciate everybody being here tonight. From the Farm Lounge, we thank you. From barmusiclive.com, we thank you. Appreciate guys like this being on there and keeping their gigs on barmusiclive.com. You can do that too if you don't have your gigs on there. Check us out, barmusiclive.com. We host it for free. Hey, does it cost y'all anything to be on barmusiclive.com?
Nope.
Nothing? Free? It's totally free? Really?
Eat that mic and say no.
All your stuff on there for free. Are you serious? Yeah, it's totally free. I tell everybody that, and they think I'm like scamming them or something. I have no idea. I wish I could figure out how to make the money that people think that I can make the money off of them by scamming them, because I don't know how to do it. I have no idea. I have no
Their
idea.
software engineer, we'll get with you and see if we can figure out something.
Well, maybe we can figure something out.
And if you use promo code Highway67, you can get one free, and then get another one free for free.
That's right.
For free, for free.
For free,
Yeah,
for free,
free.
Free.
That's awesome. I love it. I love that promo. Can we use that? Really? Highway 67 band, free. Get on barmusiclive.com. Highway 67 band.
We don't know where the hell you put the promo code,
I
but
don't know
yeah.
where you put that promo
Just
code.
just start just start typing
Just
and
start
smashing.
typing.
Yeah.
John, that's my developer. John, work on that for us, please.
So again, I appreciate you guys coming. We're gonna let y'all take a break. We'll redo some camera angles and let y'all just rock the night away with whatever it is that you want to do. We'll get all up in your grill and try to make you look pretty and good and sound decent and lovely. And I mean, it's Friday night, so y'all do your thing.
You got your work cut out with me then if you're going to make me look pretty.
Play till you get wore out.
Yep,
Don't stop till you're done. We love it. Rock on.
absolutely. We'll be right back.